Hello, my friend. Today I want to tell you a little bit about me because I want to speak to you about existential courage. All my life, I have been highly sensitive, highly vulnerable, and very open to the world. And I learned that I had to use my anxiety as the fuel to actions I take in the world. Instead of sitting with it and letting it brew inside of me, I've had to learn to engage with things worth engaging with so that I felt that having that fuel of the anxiety, that sense of energy, was being usefully employed. And that has taught me that anxiety is a gift and that sensitivity is a gift, as long as you don't let yourself live in fear with it. So what you need to learn to do is find your existential courage. And existential courage is something you need to find on a daily basis, and you can never take it for granted that you can do this. And the way you keep going with existential courage is that you challenge yourself to do things that you are reluctant to do, that are out of your comfort zone, and that teach you new things. And for me, it is easy to learn new things in books or online or in talking with people too. But it's much harder to launch myself into physicality. So all my life I have made myself learn new physical skills to keep myself on my toes. Now it's been relatively easy to learn things like yoga or Pilates, but it's been much harder to challenge myself as a girl to do judo for many years up to blue belt, and to go to skating lessons to learn to get through all the skating certificates and get up to ice dancing standard. So every time I'd go to those kinds of courses, I'd have nervousness. I'd have to sort of plead with myself to do it. But every week it got easier, and eventually you learn that the skill brings you a new perspective on the world, a new sense of your body, a new ease in your movements. And so, even though I am now 70 and am in my 71st year, I decided the time had come to learn to drive a powerboat, because I thought that in my retirement it would be lovely to be able to go out in a boat to places that are unspoiled and where I could find a new kind of peace. So yes, I went to Cowes Corinthian Yacht Club and I took myself through the course, in the end capable of driving a rib at full throttle on quite a rough sea, cornering by 360 degrees and doing all the other things that are required. And of course it took quite a bit of gumption to keep going with it, and sometimes I felt a bit weak as an older woman to do it. But the energy it's given me and the vibrancy it's given me was quite worth it. Similarly, when during the pandemic I taught myself to play the piano decently enough, using chords only though, that was a great victory, and it was about managing music physically in a very new way. I'm used to playing the guitar, but I've always wanted to play the keyboard, and to discipline myself to learn that skill has eased me into the knowledge that I am capable of learning. I'm capable of using this body in so many different ways, and I'm able to use my anxiety, my fear, and my worries about the world in a constructive way so that I feel more at ease and I feel a sense of achievement and a sense of mastering my world. So by going ahead of the difficulties and challenging myself, I make it so much easier to do the basic things after that. So, looking after the dog, going for long walks with him and stuff like that seem very easy and peaceful by comparison. So by stretching yourself, you give yourself greater power, more capacity to enjoy what you usually do, and a great deal of confidence and satisfaction in knowing that you're fully alive and you can use your body to good effect. This is possible at all ages and with all abilities. Of course, you have to carefully choose what you think is just at the limit of your ability, but not go over it. Caution and carefulness are also important. It's not about becoming a daredevil or going crazy. It's just about playing with it and allowing yourself to make life an adventure rather than something scary. And that is by acquiring skills and keeping learning. Have fun with that, my friend. I hope it inspires you to challenge yourself a little bit too. You will not regret it. You will enjoy it too.